So, good afternoon, everyone, or good day. After determining the inventory cost flow, we are now to determine how should we account these inventory in our um, financial position. So, as an asset. So, it is purpose to lower of cost and net realizable value. What is NRV, guys? NRV is selling price of the inventory less cost to complete or of cost of disposal. So, simply, kung pila na siya nimo, if imo na siya ibalikya imuhang inventory, guys, that is NRV. So, why is it the lower of cost of NRV? Because if you can sell it at a lower price than your cost, then you should not record your cost at it is. You should record it at your selling price, at your NRV, because mas lower man yung NRV. So, you should not record cost na greater than the NRV. So, if the cost, guys, is lesser than NRV, there is no problem. Cause what we recorded is already or rather what we deemed na we made na cost sa atong inventory is lower sa ato ang net realizable value. Problem arises when our NRV is lesser than our cost. So if this would happen, we would have allowance. We would record allowance, guys, and loss on inventory write-off. So, how to get the LCNRV, guys? This is per item or individual basis. So, taga usa ka inventory, LCNRV. Inventory 1, LCNRV, inventory 2, LCNRV, inventory 3, and so on. So, per items here, guys. And we should record these allowance and loss, guys. Maybe it would be better if we are to give examples for it so that you can appreciate it more. I would just kuan na lang add na, for example, imuhang LCNRV ay imuhang NRV is lesser than your cost, so you record it at your NRV. When you use I rather, guys, there are also two methods on recording sa ato ang LCNRV, guys. Katong ganiha, katong naa kay allowance on inventory write down, that was allowance method. And the second method, guys, is the direct method on where di na nimo siya i-recognize ang katong og separate account ang loss, guys, or ang allowance. Ang difference sa NRV og sa cost, kundi ang kanto na jong lower nilang duha mao imong i-record sa imong balance sheet or sa imong sang entry. So, if ever allowance method ta, guys, and then for example, our cost na to kay kuan 1 million, and then at our NRV is for example 500,000. So naatay allowance, guys, na pila 500,000. This is 2019 guys, example 2019. So this is allowance method ha. Then pag 2020 guys, ato ang cost na sad nahimo na siya o 1,500,000. And then wait guys ato ang NRV is nahimo siya 1,200,000. So unsay lower guys, cost or NRV? It is still NRV. So pila man ang difference guys? $1,500 minus 1,200. So naa kay difference na 300,000. So ang kaning 300,000 mo na nimong required allowance for 2020. However, ang imong gi-record na allowance guys pag 2019 kay 500 man. Naibanan siya imuhang allowance. So if ever inani siya guys, maibanan siya, that is gain. Because when you record this guys, ang kaning first na allowance, you record man, you debit loss guys, you debit loss on inventory write down, and then atong i-entry aning 500 guys kay loss on inventory write down 500,000, and then we credit allowance 500,000. So kay ni gamay man siya guys ang atong loss, iba na to, may iba na siya guys ang 500,000, may iba na naman siya, so may iba na tong loss, so naka-gain ta. So entry na ani niya is allowance, pila man ang naiba naginansya na to guys, 300 minus 500, 200. So allowance debit tayon gain guys na 200,000. What if ato ani ilisan ang kaning NRV guys, himuon na to siya og pila man ha, muna to siya og 1,400,000. I know. Oh yes, 1,400,000. So this would be guys, pila na siya? 100,000. Ato na i-change guys into kuan. Pagamyan na to ni. Let's make this wait guys. 300,000. So pila 1,500 minus 300. So nakay 1,200,000. So in effect, pun-ani mo imong allowance kay 500 raman. So pun-ani mo imong allowance og 700,000. Pun-ani mo imong allowance og 700,000. Then wait guys. If for example saan man na to pagkuan, diba 1,500, then um, maybe I decided na lang to let's just continue, guys, and there would be a problem man sa succeeding slides. So just know na if ever at the next year, if nidako ang allowance, then that would be a loss, additional loss. If nigamay ang allowance, then that would be recorded as a gain. So that's the important thing to remember based sa discussion kaniha. So direct method, guys, is as I said, is you would record directly. So if ever ang lower kay ang NRV, so ang NRV mo ang i-record, i-entry nimo sa inventory. Ang sa allowance is ang inventory nato, guys, is at cost ang inventory. However, we record pod allowance on inventory write-off. So ang kaning cost, guys, so cost of inventory dayon less nimo ang allowance, so mo nimo ha net realizable value na for example na amount. So ang kaning NRV nimo is same ni siya diri sa imong recorded diri sa direct method. Ang direct method lang jud is wala ka nag allowance, gilargo na nimo na ang kaning NRV imong gi-record. Then he is cost ka, nag-start ka sa cost, then naa kay allowance na recorded. And ang kaning imong allowance, guys, is entry nimo ana first is loss and debit, and then credit nimo allowance. Then if ever mo gamay imong allowance, then maka-gain ka. Kay ni gamay man nimo hang i-deduct ari. And then if nidako imong allowance, then naka-loss kag additional. And then ang imong gain, guys, is kutob sa katong kani imong recorded na allowance mo na pinakadako na amount sa gain na imong ma-receive or ma-record. So let's give this example, guys. So diba ang atuang LCNRV is per item, so individually. So here it is 100,000, sa B 690,000, C is 600,000, then D is 1,900,000, E is 1,500,000, F is 1,460,000, G is 1,600,000. So total, guys, 100 plus 690 plus 600 plus 1,900 plus 1,500 plus 1,460 plus 1,600. So we have 7,850. Muna yung LCNRV din. Ato ang cost is 8 million man, guys. So this is million. 8 million minus 7,850. So it would be minus, it would be 150,000. Muna yung mga allowance, guys, if allowance method ta. So let's record this, guys, either indirect or in allowance. So ato tungaon, guys, ha. So ato tungaon, guys. So here would be the direct, and here would be the allowance method. So for direct, guys, how do we record it, guys? Diba it was 7,850 NRV, which is the lower, and then we have here allowance na 150,000. So sa direct, guys, we would record it as, so we are going to use the direct method and the allowance method. Our cost and our NRV. Our cost is 8 million and NRV is 7.85 million. So we have a difference of 150,000. So we are going to use our NRV for direct. So debit inventory 1231 for 7,850,000. Credit income summary for the same amount. So sa direct is recorded na the lower of cost and NRV. However, for allowance, so the inventory we record is still the cost, 8 million. Income summary, 8 million. However, in order for us to arrive at the NRV, we record separately the 150,000. And we record it as loss on inventory write-down and then allowance for inventory write-down, 150,000. So this allowance for inventory write-down is deducted in our inventory na account to get the NRV. So deduction siya sa inventory, guys. Ang AF, allowance for inventory write-down, in order for us to arrive at the NRV. Our loss, guys, this loss is added to cost of sales. And it will be explained later on with a different example. The reason why it is added. Hello, hello, hello. So let's have 2020, guys. This is 2019. Now let's have 2020. Let's continue the example. Assuming our cost is 8,500,000 and our NRV is 8,400,000. So the difference would be 100,000. However, the recorded allowance na nato here sa direct method. So for 2019, we have 150. 2020, it should be only 100,000. So we have a reversal of our allowance of 50. And the reversal is recorded as a gain. So debit allowance for inventory write-down 50,000 and then gain 50,000. Here, guys, sa direct method, we record inventory cargo 8,400,000 tayon. Income summary 8,400,000. And then this gain, guys, if ang loss is added, this is deducted to cost of sale. Now let's have another example. So let's have another example, guys. We have our inventory 5 million. I rather excuse me, guys. Excuse me. We have here Cost rather is 5 million and RV is 4.5 million. Purchases 20 million. Inventory na guys ending. Cost 6 million. This is 6. And RV 5.3 million. So now let's use the direct method. Here and here is. So now let's use the direct method. Here and here is the allowance. I know, direct o sa rather. So indirect guys, for inventory, the inventory 101, what is recorded is pila guys? Kani, kay mo man ni lowest. And then sa inventory 12 is kani kay mo sa lowest. So let's get the cost of sales guys. So ang cost of sales na to is, diba, inventory beginning, which is 4,500,000. Purchases 20 million. Then inventory and less guys 5,300,000. Diba? Kani. So how much is this? This would be 19,200,000. This is our cost of goods sold or cost of sale. 4,500 plus 20 minus 5,300. So 19,200. And now let's use here guys the allowance method. Inventory beginning, how much? It is the cost. We record man the inventory at cost, diba? We journalize it at cost. So it would be 5 million. And now we have purchases, guys. 20 million. And now we have inventory and minus 6 million. So how much do we have, guys? 5 plus 20 minus 6. We have 19 million. Now let's compare, guys. Unsa kalayan nilang duha? The first is the inventory beginning. What we recorded is only 4,500,000 sa allowance, sa direct. However, sa allowance is 5 million. So we have a difference of 500,000, guys. Dili sa ang kuan ani niya is napun-an nato siya ang inventory beginning og 500,000 more than sa inventory beginning nato sa direct. Kay 4.5 raman nato ang inventory beginning sa direct, o ni ari kay 5 million. So nasubraan nato ni ang allowance og add og 500, di ba? Ang sa inventory end, guys, is pila? 5,300 minus 6 5,300 minus 6. So 7, guys. 700. So close. So deduct. Ang ari is nasubraan na to siya deduct og 700. Diri kay ang i-deduct na to sa direct is only 5,300,000 man. Unya karon kay atong gi-deduct ari sa allowance is 6 million. So nasubraan na to og deduct ang atong allowance method og 700,000. So pila ang net, guys? So 700 minus 500 is negative 200. So pasabot ani, guys, is nasubraan nato og deduct ang ato ang allowance di ay in a net amount of 200,000. So kaya nasubraan man nato siyang deduct, guys, ato siyang i-add og 200,000. So mo nang ato nang i-add ang 200,000. And this 200,000, guys, is our loss on inventory write-down. So that is the reason why if loss kay i-add siya, guys. So that's the reason if loss, i-add siya. So we have now 19,200,000 as our cost of goods sold. Observe that even if direct pa ka or kuan, allowance, your cost of goods sold would still be the same. 19,200, 19,200. Now, let's go guys to purchase commitment. So, purchase commitment happen guys if ever we have a purchase contract. So, not a purchase contract now. Not a purchase contract. And what is in our purchase contract is a future delivery of goods in fixed price and quantity. So that is future purchase commitment guys. So nika-commit na kada palit ka ani na amount ini ka future. So if it is non-cancelable guys, cancelable, then you record a loss. If ever ang price ani niya kay mas dako siya, I rather mas gamay siya sa iyo nasabutan. Example, nagsabot mo og pag execute niyo sa contract is 150 ang price. However, pag hitabo na aning future delivery guys, nahimo na siya og 100. So na kay 50,000 na loss. Kay imong bayaran 150 pero ang total at ang iyahang value na di iron na price is 100. So na kay loss na 50. And if this is non-cancelable guys, is this would be recorded. And if silent, then it is presumed na non-cancelable kay why do you even have a purchase commitment in the first place if ever makancel na siya? So what's the use? So let's have this as an example. So the contract purchase price is 500,000 and the replacement cost at year end is 450,000. The market declined 50,000. So, kaning replacement cost guys, kay mura na siya fair value niya pag end sa year. Actually, every year, if is imo na siya tan-awon if ni-increase ba na siya or ni-decrease guys. Even if dili pa siya ang time na ni-purchase ka because you need to record man every adjustment, every year-end period ba. In order to reflect sa ato ang financial statement, ika year-end sa katong loss, guys, or gain. So, we have here, difference nila is 50,000. And it decreases, so it is a loss. So, have here loss on purchase commitment amounting to 50,000. And we credit, guys, estimated liability of 50,000. Because even if it decreased guys, for 50 na lang siya, we are still going to pay 50. So it is still our liability, ang kaning 50,000. Estimated liability because we are not yet paying it man. So here na guys, the second is the actual purchase made in the subsequent period and the current replacement cost drops further to 420,000. So mo na iyahang final na value guys, 420,000. So 500 ato ang gisabutan and then nahog na lang siya og 420 na lang diya yung price sa product sa actual purchase na nato na day. So natay 80 na loss. However guys, ang kaning 80 sa 80 we already recorded the 50 kani. Na naman tayo record na 50. So, ang ato na lang i-record na loss is only minus 50. So, only 30. Atong i-record na lost ari na time. So, it would become accounts payable. How much? It would still be 500,000 because mama na to nasabutan jud. It's a commitment man. So, 500,000 then we reverse this estimated liability because we are going to pay naman 50,000, loss 30,000, and we have here our purchases. So our purchases, guys, is recorded at the value of how much it really is now. So 420,000. However, guys, if ever, guys, mahimo ni siya og 600, if ever di siya 400, guys, if ever mahimo ni siya og 600, so 600 na diri, so 500 minus 600, how much, guys? Nakay gain na 100,000, diba? Nakay gain na 100,000, delete din na to. So mahitabo na ani niya, guys, is first is ang accounts payable nato, it would still be 500,000. That would not change. If ever, mas dako ang ato ang price di ay inikaen kaysa sa tuang nasabutan. And then, we record our gain, guys. How much? Is it 100,000? No. We record our gain only, guys. Kutob lang siya sa ato ang gi-record na loss. So that is our limit, guys. Kanang ato ang loss. So any gain is limited to the loss of purchase commitment previously recorded. So pila tong gi-record 50. So kutob ba ta sa 50, guys, ang atong gain. Now, we have estimated liab 50. So debit estimated liab 50, and then we debit also purchases. How much, guys, ang purchases nato? It would be 500. Why 500, guys? Because ang lower naman ang ato ang kaning contract price kaysa sa ato ang market price. So, in effect, guys, is we are actually recording it in lower of cost or net realizable value. Ang kaning ato ang purchases. And ang kaning nag-record ta og loss, guys, pag decrease sa value, this is because same sa allowance method na, di ba? If decrease kay we record man a loss on allowance inventory write-off. So because we see to it pod, or we look at also the decrease in value. So mo nang na loss. So at once na siya, measurement na siya sa NRV, and if na ay loss or if ever masako na to ang purchase price, so atong purchases, it would be recorded sa lower, which is, and sa lowest, which is ang 500. So 500. And then our estimated liab, we debit it kay we are paying naman. And then our gain is kutubra sa ato ang recorded na loss na 50. Then our AP is still ang ato ang ibayad, ay ato ang gisabutan na 50,000. It would not change.